Tony hates building fires.
Fear of fire, good deterrent to keep out of hell.
Well, maybe there is hope for him.
Fire appears again and again in The Sopranos. Sometimes it's literal. Buildings burning, trucks going up in flames. Other times it's quieter, flickering in the background. But it's never random. And at the center of it all is Tony Soprano. A very clear example comes early on, when Tony Soprano has Artie's restaurant, Vesuvio, burnt down, so that Junior Soprano can't use it as the place to whack Pussy Malenga.
Hey, I think I should grab a fire extinguisher. I heard a friend of yours had a spontaneous combustion in his restaurant.
We should all be grateful that nobody was incinerated to death.
So here, from Tony's point of view, fire isn't chaos, but control.
There's nothing they can do for you.
The various protocols to date are ineffective.
But instead of waiting till then, he's gonna light himself on fire.
In Tony's dream, he's just found out that he only has a certain amount of time left to live, so in order to take control of the situation, he's gonna light himself on fire and self-destruct. Fire as control, even if it destroys him in the process.
Oh my God! The wall's getting all black!
And then sometimes it is about chaos.
Leave the house!
Look at how I live!
I love seeing them like that over a fire.
The better over spit.
Fire is also used as a form of power and retaliation. Like in season 3, when the guys torch garbage trucks as part of the sanitation wars, garbage is still their bread and butter.
All right, who gave the order to torch one of Albert's trucks?
One of the trucks.
Be quiet, Albert.
Talk to him. He lit up 2 of my dumpsters.
No more fires.
Oh, boys! No fires! Tony doesn't want any fires.
Nowhere is this internal fire more explicit than in Tony's relationship with Gloria Trillo. At one point, Tony describes their relationship as a burning ring of fire.
Me and this broad were like leather and lace. A burning ring of fire.
You've told me what you see in Gloria. What do you think she sees in you?
Oh, please, huh?
You mentioned fire. Can we say that there are certain kinds of people that are drawn to fire?
I think they're gonna fire me over a globe.
Looking for an inevitable result like a moth to a flame?
And this is Gloria.
And it makes sense, because what Tony's describing is attraction to something that he knows will hurt him. Gloria mirrors his mother, Livia, emotionally volatile, manipulative, impossible to satisfy, and Tony knows this. He sees the pattern, he even articulates it. I didn't just meet you, I've known you my whole life. But he walks into it anyway. That's what makes this burning ring of fire so significant. Tony isn't getting burned by accident. He's stepping into the flames on purpose.
You fucking burned me!
After Ralph killed Tracy, there was a fire burning in Tony to get back at Ralph. And after the fire at the stables, Tony couldn't hold his own internal fire in any longer. Pai Mai was friends with a goat that hung out at the stables, and we see the goat still alive and well after the fire. In the Bible, goats were used in rituals of atonement. One goat, called the scapegoat, would symbolically carry the people's sins and be sent into the wilderness, while another goat was sacrificed by fire as an offering to God. So fire, in this context, represents purification and divine judgment, while the goat represents sin or guilt being transferred and dealt with.
Did anybody there have horns? Or buds for horns? Those goat bumps? Was it hot?
Yeah, I don't know.
Heat would have been the first thing you noticed. Hell is hot. That's never been disputed by anybody. You didn't go to hell. You went to purgatory, my friend.
So in The Sopranos, fire often works the same way symbolically. When a character is consumed by fire, literally or figuratively, it can represent the consequences of sin, guilt, or moral corruption being burned away.
Oh, what are you doing? What? Still said torching. Classy Pete's like this?
Horse with the trees, wooden frame, 25 to 30 G's at a minimum.
It's when Tony sees this painting up on the wall at Polly's house that he decides once and for all to take care of Tony B with firepower. But whether or not you think Ralph was responsible for the fire at the stables, Tony was more than capable of burning people in his own way, like Valentina, for example. And when Tony leans over Valentina to throw the blanket over her to put out the flames, it reminds me of Tony lifting up the sheet that's covering Pio Mai's burnt body.
Ah, Jesus. It just went up?
Fire marshal says it looks electrical. They found pieces of a blown-out light bulb in a stall, and the hay was a natural accelerant. They'll investigate, but it's a formality considering the value of the stock.
You know you're getting a divorce, and I see you less than before.
I didn't say no.
I just want your undivided attention for once. Is it so much to fucking ask for a little bit of attention?
Shit. All right, okay. All right. I got it. It's out. It's out. I got it. You're okay.
Now with Valentina, not only did she get burnt once, she got burnt twice. Once while cooking, and the other time when Tony tells her,
I hate you.
But there's no future with us. I told you that right from the get-go. That's why I didn't want you hitching your wagon to my star.
At the same time, just like Tony with Gloria, Valentina knew she was playing with fire with Tony.
Valentina, I'm a married man. I'm a happily married man with 2 kids.
I just want to see you, sometimes, a couple nights a week. I'm not going to say I love you. I always say that too soon to guys, and I'm trying to work on that, but...
For one thing, I already took his horse.
Now let's take a quick detour to New Hampshire and a couple of fires there. Jim, aka Johnnycakes, is a volunteer firefighter in his little town in New Hampshire, where Vito turns up after fleeing North Jersey. In this case, we still have the dangerous aspect. A fire is dangerous, hence the need for people to fight to put it out, including in a voluntary capacity when necessary. Money's not a part of the equation. Certainly that's not something Vito's used to. Even still, Vito acknowledges that fighting fires is a rush. But there's a difference between a rush and a long-term commitment on many levels.
Electrical is where I got started.
Way to go, Vince.
I gotta say, I thought you guys were morons for doing this shit, but now I can see it's a fucking rush.
You should join the department. That'd be good.
We could use another moron.
Of course, it's a commitment, firefighting. Every day it's there. You have to have a passion, really.
I got these bad hips.
Fire is also used as retaliation for things like killing Vito, for example. In the series finale, AJ's in the car with the girl Rhiannon, and they have to quickly escape when they see smoke in the car. And just seconds after they escape, the fire completely engulfs the vehicle before it explodes. Imagine if AJ and Rhiannon were still in that car. Good thing they had all their faculties about them and could react in time.
Because there was an article in the paper the other day about a bunch of teenagers from out near the Delaware water gap. They overcrowded their car, it hit a tree, and it incinerated. And they got trapped. People could hear them screaming. They couldn't get out.
If all this shit's for nothing, why do I gotta think about it? If it can all just be reduced to ash, everything, whether it's a car, a horse, a restaurant, a person, what's the point of all this?
Ever since it blew up, I feel like cleansed or something. Because I'm just watching it go. And that huge fireball. And you have no idea the heat. My seat melted.
They couldn't get out.
See, that's what I mean. What's the purpose? I had been in it just a few seconds before.
Of course, fire and its symbolism is not limited to The Sopranos, and not limited to just my interpretation either. So with that said, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.
Your ass